Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 19 of Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. And we're gonna be locked into a lot of cutscenes, cause this is the end of chapter, folks. Yeah, we are gonna have some fighting, but still, this is the end of chapter. This always happens. It happened in chapter 2, and now it's gonna happen in chapter 3, except the cutscenes are a lot longer, and they happen to go into chapter 4. So yeah, I'm just giving you all a word of warning. However, Vert just Googled, it said goggle, but Googled how to make the antidote for Neptune's poison. And if you stop and think about it, Conversation, who gave the poison to Ivar in the first place, told him to only go after Neptune. I mean, it's kind of obvious by now who she is. And Kappa threatens to pour the medicine in her nose. Neptune's like instinctively not trying to take the medicine because it stinks and it tastes bad. And here's the thing from old remedies. If it stinks and it tastes bad, chances are you're going to be fine within a matter of days once you take it. If not a matter of minutes. Provided you'll have to get the bad taste out of your mouth. Still. Vert, on the other hand, wanted to try to, do mouth-to-mouth with Neptune by inserting the medicine in her mouth, or at least wanted Kappa to do so. But, yeah. I told you all, this is Vert. She's kind of most of where the Yuri, sorry. She's most of where the Yuri undertones come in, and she's by far one of the more perverted of the three, or four goddesses, I should say. Yes, more perverted than Neptune. Okay, Neptune actually is what and what with Vert when it comes down to the perversion, but Vert is overt about it. I just thought about it. Pervert, overt. Vert is in the name. It's obvious. Conspiracy theory. But nonetheless, folks, as soon as they feed Neptune the antidote, Neptune will probably be back in action. So the only way they could actually put her back in action is to mix the antidote into pudding, which is something they should have done in the first place. And for the record, folks, don't try to mix vegetables into your kids' foods. Because while it may sound like a good idea to have them to eat vegetables, so that way they'll be able to start liking vegetables, there's a good chance that the child may be allergic to the vegetable. So yeah, that may not be a good idea. Just saying, parents. But the plan that Kamba had, it ends up working as Neptune takes all of the antidote after devouring all of the pudding. And that is ironic that she will eat pudding that is laced with medicine and not take straight medicine at all. I mean, you would think that the flavor of the pudding would also be a little bit awkward. But nonetheless, she just took it because she heard the word pudding, that's all. That's all that's in Neptune's mind. And now Neptune is back. Although, seeing as how Neptune has been out of commission for a while, for some reason Neptune's weapon has been taken away. Now, let's see how long it'll take for me to realize that.
So, Lady Vert helped us save you. Lon too!
No one cares, Ron.
That wasn't hero-like for me to get poisoned. Shame on me.
I'm sorry, Nep. It could have been avoided, but I couldn't do it.
Oh, you worry too much, Iffy. Come on, come at me like you usually do. I mean, my jokes and puns don't shine without you taking jabs at me.
Nep, can't believe how quick you're back to normal despite all this.
Now that's my Iffy. And a thanks to you too, Vert, Lon.
Please, it was my pleasure. But you are a goddess too, so you do be careful.
Huh? Lady Vert, did you know Nep was a goddess?
Yes, from the very beginning.
Lala will go with the flow and stay silent. Wait, why the silence? Why is the air so cold all of a sudden? Oh, I know. Everyone's uncomfortable because I was fighting Vert in the console war.
Nep, you're not helping to clear the air with your comments.
Oh, right. Well, you know me. I really can't take this serious feel. But I can transform to kind of outlast this serious scene.
My, I've only heard through rumor, but you are quite interesting. Iffy, Kampa, no need to worry. I'm not interested in the console war.
Really?
Why, if I was truly an enemy, I would not have helped at all.
But as a goddess, why are you not interested in the console war?
We have fought for a very long time by heeding the word we received.
What do you mean, word?
We heed the word of the former goddess who had created us.
So the former goddess is like your mother.
I did not see the former goddess much as a mother, but I suppose so. And truth be told, as long as I have my games, I care less of being a god.
That was quite blunt.
The lady is exceeding my expectations, in a bad way.
What's your thoughts, Neptune? Do you want to gain rule of the world?
Well, I'm not sure, especially without my memory.
Is that true?
Yes. Apart from Nep's name, she can't remember a thing. I can confirm. I actually learned I'm a goddess from Noir.
Noir? Ah, last station's goddess. So that means you've already...
Yes. She didn't seem to like Nep at first, but now they're best buddies.
I am amazed you could get along with that hard-headed Noir.
Well, I am the main character of the game after all. Yay!
It seems I can trust you with what I wanted to speak on.
Oh? Like inviting us to play online? I don't mind, but I want to be an elf.
My, I would love to have you all join my sessions, but that's not it. What I wanted to... Oh my, it's so late. Well, could you come tomorrow?
We would, but the Basilicom thinks we're messengers of Momus.
Well, that is not of concern. I will take care of everything, so Iffy, please rest up.
No one noticed me.
That's because nobody cares, Ron. Anyway, God have mercy. Ron, just... God damn it! Anyway, I think it would be a great time to switch out Ivoire, just cause. I might as well. Neptune's back. It's a great time for to switch her out. I mean, yeah, I've done so much damage with Ivoire, it's not even funny. Eventually, I'll switch up party members. Eventually. But for the time being, we're gonna keep the ones we have, because at this point in time, I think Neptune would be the best choice for going through the rest of the stage. Oh, actually I could've... Wait, no. We're not gonna switch over. We're not. So... yeah, this is going to be another silent cutscene. And Vert basically did some horrible things to Ivoire because of the fact that he poisoned Neptune. And God forbid we don't know what Vert did. Oh, I think I know what Vert did. Made him play hours and hours and hours of Yaoi. That's probably what she did. In Lee Box, that's basically a fate worse than death. Well, not to Vert, but to everyone else. But still, Ivoire is getting the 3rd degree, and that's the last thing anybody wants from Vert. Despite Vert being, well, overtly lazy, she can be a very cruel person at times. Yeah, strictness is sometimes the best policy, especially when political officials decide to step out of line, poison people, and try to take control. Yeah, that would be a best remedy for them. He got a lot worse. He actually was forced to play Boys Love in the first game. They didn't even mention his fate in this game. So on that note, we now get the revelation that unlike Noir, who was holding back her transformation because she didn't want Neptune to recognize who she was, Vert ended up losing her powers, and she has a chance of aging normally, even though she's been here for 1,000 years, and she'll end up aging like a human. If she's been here for 1,000 years, she will age very rapidly. In other words, yeah, if we don't find her powers, she will die. And that is something that is a very scary thought for just about all of the goddesses that may end up having that happen to them. Now, if you stop and think about it, Conversation ended up running out of the Basilicom, meaning one thing. Conversation was the person who stole Vert's powers. It's not hard to put 2 and 2 together, and it's not really that much of a spoiler, which is why she was running out of the Basilicom and accidentally ran into IF. So on that note, Vert doesn't trust many people with this whole ordeal about her losing the powers, because if she did, it would throw the state of Leanbox into panic, sorry. But she just decided to play online games because of the fact that she really doesn't like doing her job. And again, I've mentioned Vert is one of the, if not the most laziest CPU out of the bunch. Meanwhile, the only other person who knows about her powers being missing is Ron. Now, for some people who may try to defend Ron, again, she's annoying. But, this is the only time Ron will do anything of importance. This part right here. That's it. Other than that, Ron will not be as relevant for the rest of the game. And that's what people hate about her. So on that note, Halo Mountain has been unlocked. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and do some, high power, like some risky foes. Yes, that's what I meant to say. We're gonna have to do some risky foes later on. But for right now, we're trying to get a move on to Chapter 4 and try to get to Chapter 5 as quickly as humanly possible, so that way we'll get all of the CPUs in our possession. Because this whole party separation thing is all well and good, some of the CPUs have some of the best items in my inventory, and I can't have that. So, on that note, everybody is looking for conversation in this area. And we're gonna have to go and pursue her to the event marker. And once again, we're in a 2-floor area. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, had to go make some breakfast. But anyway, I was saying that this area here is a 2-floor dungeon, just like Athenor Storage 4. Or was it 2? I think it was 2, yes. But the event's gonna be on the 2nd floor, obviously. So we're gonna have to fight our way through. Now, Vert's not surprised that there's actually people that are trying to outright kill the goddesses. Because after all, this Momus group tried to target Neptune and Vert. And now they're accusing Lowee for actually causing all this, because Conversation was last seen going to Lowee, or at least attempting to. So, the whole point is, they were trying to get rid of the goddesses so that Overlord Momus could actually rule the world. It gets much deeper than that later on. And as soon as I get into the area, I get into a boss fight.
So fun to meet you. Gonna beat
But,
you up.
wait a minute, look at the radishes, dude! Look at the radishes! It's literally running like Olivia Newton-John.
Here you go.
By the way, that is the high heal doggo that if you don't kill it, it'll heal itself completely
Easy.
after every turn. And that is the Radisher,
It's my turn.
the much more powerful version of Caratier.
Prepare yourself.
Everything about this dungeon, you need to be at least at level 45 in order to actually do some damage. But even then, there is one point where there's BS. We'll come to that point a little bit later, but for right now, let us actually get the hidden item here, which is a healing pod. But more importantly, we're gonna ignore this enemy for right now, because again, we're not actually equipped to deal with it.
Come at me.
And this is a horse bird.
Here you
I mean,
go.
it's exactly what a Pegasus is, but that horse bird
Here you go.
is going to be a common enemy.
I'll win
Specifically
again
in
next
later
time.
games. It's normally the default enemy, like the very first enemy you find on the stage. But here, it's like a stronger enemy. And it took me, by the way, half of the part to realize that Neptune does not have her most powerful weapon on her. I think I should have put the other one on her. But this one works just fine. And at least gives Neptune some sort of strength. Although her other weapon is much stronger. Anyway,
This should be good.
picking up energy fragments is always good. And then there's this... Wait, hold on. I should get that wolf. I really should. Meanwhile, there's that thing. We're gonna have to deal with the giant Dogu and deal with that thing later on. Now, I'm just attacking this horse bird because there's only a horse bird. Darn it. I thought there was another enemy. That's why I attacked it, because I was trying to show off as many enemies as I could. Unfortunately, no, that's not the case.
This should be good.
And we've got ourselves some eject buttons. Eject buttons are good. And the reason why I'm trying to use scouting, because I think there are some places that I miss for hidden items. And I may have to go through all of them, dedicating a whole part to hidden items. So that way, it would help you guys out. But I'm gonna take that wolf on. But first,
This should be good.
more stuff. More CD parts.
This should be good.
And unfortunately, we're gonna have to unlock the Knight's dimension in order for us to get more CDs. So that is the thing that we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna probably do that off screen though, or at least get the ingredients off screen and actually show off Knight's dimension if I
This should be
can.
good.
If not, then I'll probably show it off in an extra video. But I'm gonna try to limit the amount of videos I make for this. But whatever the case, we're gonna take one of those wolves down with a symbol attack this time, and we're gonna take care of the enemies here. And that's gonna deal with the wolf. It's not really a chow wolf, it's just a wolf. However, that wolf basically is well, there's our first viral enemy of the playthrough, ladies and gentlemen. I've talked about these. Sorry it actually cut me off, but yeah. This is the first viral enemy you see.
No one can surpass
Think of
my
it
view.
like Oversoul from Final Fantasy X too. Yeah, I know it was one of my biggest disgraces, but still. Overselling in that game, oversouling, sorry, in that game, is basically meaning that the enemy is going to be much more stronger than before. The virals, same thing. You're going to get the same amount of items you get from the enemy. The thing is, you may get a little bit more experience because they're a lot tougher. We're going to walk around the enemies, and we're going to head straight for the event part, which should be right over there. First, let's grab this. Get closer, thank you. Oh, there's something else here.
This should be good.
Another CD part. And just in case this game likes to crash in the middle of this cutscene, I'm going to save. Yeah, it's gonna definitely help me out. Because last thing I want is to crash and do all of this all over again.
Like Lon Lot said, older ladies can't pass.
Who are you calling an old lady?
This is the only time I root for conversation.
Mirror!
You dare! I'll turn you to ashes!
Aye!
That's about as far as you go, conversation.
How dare you try to kill me? I won't let you get away with it.
You were just buying time?
Well done, Lon Lon.
Lon Lon is scared of that granny.
Oh, now I'm a granny?
Aye!
We'll take care of the rest. You hide somewhere away from the danger.
Lon Lon will go and hide.
Conversación, was it? I would like to get back what you took from me.
Oh, I thought you were just an otaku sissy, but you've done well.
My, don't underestimate a gaming otaku, will you? Your method was starkly similar to a mystery game I just cleared.
Ooh, the birth of a new detective, Sherlock Vert.
Yes, and a gaming one at that too.
How dare the publisher mimic my plans into a game? After I defeat you, I will destroy that publisher who got in my way.
So that's your true form? Well, I won't let you destroy any publishers.
Hey, that's the elderly lady we met at Planetoon.
Aha! Conversación is my fake form.
You know who she is?
Yes, she's a bad person who tried to take away our key fragment.
I must repay you for the last time. The same will not happen again.
Oh, so it's on. Well then.
If you are going to fight, I won't go easy on you.
Well, let's see how well you fare then.
Alright, it's time for round 2 with R4. Things should not be different. I mean, granted, she does have a higher level and a higher HP. If you're at level 45, this should not be a hard fight. It's just like your first encounter with her. Increase your strength of all your allies, if not,
Now's the time.
use strength through to Z, whatever, and just wail on her. That's all you practically need to do.
I've taken a liking to you.
R4, for the most part, is not going to be a hard fight. If you took your time and grinded levels and also grinded EXE bar, you're probably gonna blaze through this fight no problem.
I'll give you a little
In fact,
extra service.
Plutia just pretty much ended this fight right here. And ended her whole career.
This can't be
Yeah,
happening to
very
me.
quickly I might add. So on that note, normally that would have gotten me new metal to turn into to get a disc, but I already have the disc for that. It's in the possession of Noir. Ouch. Now, here's the thing. We have another silent cutscene. After beating R4 within a half inch of her life, R4 is not done. And here is something I want to warn you. Save whatever items you have for the third fight of this chapter. The third final fight, basically. Because the second, not so much. But it goes without saying, it would be in your best interest to have at least a level 4 EXE bar. You're probably going to need it. And uh-oh, looks like Vert is about to fight in a mirror match. Too bad that this part will go on an hour, and I'm going to have to continue this in part 20. See you guys next time when we actually end part 3.